Oh, hello. Bonsoir. Hello. My name's Keith, and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to do a video talking to you all about get ready. Get ready. So I'm going to teach you about manifestation today, because there's a lot of people who desire something in life, but if you put your time into desiring what you desire, you would use your time to desire something versus actually going and getting it, it's gonna put you in want mode and you're gonna be screwed. God intends for us to put in effort. So the Bible does mention law of attraction, but in different words. It doesn't say what Abraham Hicks said. It says it basically has secrets embedded in it. And within those secrets, you have to utilize what God gave you. Yeah. So use your word. And then people are like, oh, this is going to be one of those general topics. No, not even close. The thing is, people get lazy or they forget. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. It's not, maybe it's both. But if you desire something, we're going to talk about a specific amount of money in this video to get you guys some financial abundance. I'm going to ask you, let's talk about that now. Jesus said, yes, talk about this. The thing is, if you need $10,000, then you're screwed. But you're not screwed because that's not a lot of money. It's screwed because if you're in need mode, it makes negative $10,000 in the universe. I'm going to talk more about the universe in the future because it's good for you guys to know about the mechanism of this universe. There's millions of universes, of course, but you guys have to know the basics so you're able to get it down right. Now, manifesting $10,000 is very easy, but the hard part for a lot of people is changing your mind. So I talked about this with someone earlier. Do you think $100 is a lot of money? No, it's not. It's not a lot of money. It's literally, if $100 is a lot to you, then you're going to struggle. And it sucks because that's true. You want me to lie to you? You want me to tell you, and that's the thing. I remember I went out when I was younger. I told you guys a story. I went out with a certain amount. I'm like, you know what? Let me rethink and reevaluate my mind, my decisions, etc. Because the thing is, if you go to a nice golf course, and everyone there does very well, and everyone's talking about properties and this and that, that becomes your new normal. So if everyone's talking about, for example, buying this property, buying that property, and that's their main conversation, it's going to be interwoven into your subconscious mind. So you're like, okay, this property, that property, this property. Okay. Then you're like, okay, your mind is literally on, and I'm seeing visions in my eyelids, guys, and I see bright pink in my eyelids too, so, very bright pink. But basically, your mind is immediately on buying and selling properties. If you hear everyone else talking about buying and selling properties, I'm like, so I'm actually looking. You can see a lot in the spiritual world when you're able to look into it, and there's a lot to look at. It's like a TV with a remote. It's just like, okay, next channel. So, and it could take many years for you guys to open those gifts, but so many visions. Okay, which one do I show you guys? Jesus said pick any one, but he's not giving me which one to pick. He says pick the one you like the most. Should I pick the one about the people at the golf course all talking? And if you're a guy and you're around a bunch of homely friends, put yourself in that environment. And actually, I know people who've done that. It's actually a technique. Like, for example, it's a technique. So someone in particular, and you'll hear people, this is a technique online. You go into a golf course. Let's just say there's all these people hanging out at a gas station right now who can't support their families or their kids. It's just life. It's at every gas station, almost every gas station in South Florida. And most of South Florida. Especially at a certain time of night. But if that one person left and went to a golf course, let's just say they got up early, what if the golf course, it's only $300, invest in the $300 to get in the golf course, and then start talking to people, be friendly, be presentable. You make one friend, that one friend's going to introduce you to another friend, another friend. One finds that you're kind of different and you're not like the people at the golf course, boom. I'd like you at my company. How would you feel at my company doing this? Pretty good. And it's actually how people get jobs, because you hang around at a certain crowd, you're full of their subconscious. It's not even, I wonder if they're going to hire me. Yeah. It's not about if, it's just about, now that's kind of like a part of your brain. So you basically swapped out your subconscious. And you're working on yourself by working around yourself through Jesus Christ, the Most High God. You can't do this without Jesus. That's a little spoiler. You can't do any of this without Jesus. It's not going to happen. I mean, it can happen, but the devil will play his games. The devil will let someone who gets to the golf course get the job just to get them fired, so they start off with nothing. Versus Jesus allows them to elevate to that job to having their own job, and that person doesn't need a job anymore. Now they're a business owner. Now they're doing the same thing with people walking into that golf course. So what about a woman? Can I share this secret? He said, yeah, go ahead. I'm going to give you some secrets. These women, fine. God gave women a lot of power to be able to break curses of generations. If you're a single woman and you're wondering, what are these guys, they're not looking at me, whatever, because they're getting blocked because they're evil and they're lowly. And no one's going to look at you if you have that questions about yourself anyway. Versus if you actually put yourself around people who are holy and do really well, then you'll notice everyone looks at you because they're not getting attacked by Jesus or the angels. So your life can change as long as you change, but you have to make a change first. So get ready. Get yourself ready into going into the new world. I'll share this secret. Okay. And before I begin the secret, the Bible does talk about this in different degrees. Show me where. Should we talk about Deuteronomy? Where in Deuteronomy? It's all over the Bible. Basically, different marriage laws and whatnot. It's literally all throughout the Bible. I can grab my Bible and show you guys if you'd like. I'm not just making stuff up. But there's some stranger stuff in the Bible that I'm trying not to use as examples to not go into it. There's some very oddly specific stuff in the Bible, which I don't feel like talking about. I'm not going to do the emote either. No, not this emote. No, I'm not going to do no. The one where the woman gets her hand chopped off. No. Okay, I'll just say it. No, never mind. I'm not going to say it. Never mind. It's not appropriate. The Bible's oddly specific, but that was the rules of the tribes at that time. But there's a common theme. So, especially of, for example, a woman who dates men, the man taking care of the woman. But if you want to do whatever you'd like. But I'm teaching you something. Go to fundraisers or political events, and I actually know people who do this. And don't go gold digging. Look for people who take care of themselves, who enjoy taking care of others. If you're looking to date someone because they're financial abundance, then you're selling yourself. But if you go for the woman who actually invests themselves in someone who's going to take care of their families, pulling yourself from absolutely nothing, there's a lot of I'm not supposed to say it right. Let's just say it's a common theme in politics. Ivanka Trump. I'm not saying that's her story, but it's a similarity. But for example, I've known several women who've done this, but they've read it in books, and you're not gold digging. You're not looking for gold. It's literally you giving yourself to someone who you know you belong with. Money doesn't mean anything. Of course, it does to feed whatever, but once you have so much of it, it doesn't mean anything. But the thing is, Florida Stoneman told these young ladies to stop going into clubs and start going into nicer places to be able to get nicer things into their lives. And it's not materialistic. It's like, okay, that person's gonna let you starve. So for the men, I mean, it just depends. If you're a man, you can do that as well. Florida Stoneman advice is kind of different. Yeah, it's different. And yes, I'm teaching what Jesus asked me to teach. Basically, you want to see lifestyle changes, but you're not going to make any changes. What if you do really, really well? You're going to want someone else who does really well or takes care of themselves really well too. Unorthodox advice, but you got to have your guys being taken care of. So, break the cycle. What if you're a woman, you want to start your own business? Do it, but you're going to get distracted unless that's 100% your main goal. But if you'd like to do both, then do both. You can do whatever you want based on what God puts you around. But my whole point is you have to change who you're around. So you're not just putting yourself around. I mean, that's the thing. When I started being around more millionaires, that's when I started getting new ideas. So I've been around a couple of really bad billionaires, but millionaires, not billionaires. I've not been around the billionaire that I know of. Like physically next to and talking to. There are some really sick millionaires. And there's some really nice ones. But you can't generalize them. You can't. I'm not going to say anything else. But the whole point is you got to start swapping where you're around. Put yourself where you want to be. And for example, I've taught people, a guy for example would like to have lived by the beach, but he lived all the way away from the beach. I told him to drive by the beach every single day, get out of the car, be able to talk to people, and he got himself a house on the beach because he met someone who literally was the apartment complex owner. And the neighbor of the apartment complex owner had land, connections, but this video is more about action. What if you don't want to take the action? Go inside then. Go in. Go in your mind. So if you don't want to put in all the effort to go, I mean, you got to do some you have to do some work somehow. You do it on the inside and the outside, or just all the way on the inside and then it changes the outside. One's a little more, it takes more skill. So if you'd like to see changes through, and this is all through Jesus. You can't do anything not through Jesus. It won't work for you. It won't. You're trying to do stuff by yourself, you will be by yourself. You do stuff with Jesus, you'll be surrounded. Surrounded. With some extra help. But the whole point is start moving around. Move around mentally or move around physically, it doesn't matter. But my next point to you guys is, what are you doing to visualize, to manifest, speak into existence? What kind of exercises are you guys doing? You gotta exercise. I mean, if you exercise in the physical world, you're gonna be strong. If you don't, then you won't be as strong as someone who does. In the spiritual world, if you don't exercise, then you're not going to be as strong as someone else spiritually when it comes to financial abundance, spiritual abundance, emotional abundance. So get going. You have to put in some form of action somehow. The action can be in your mind alone, or it can be in and outside your mind, but you have to do the mind first. So yeah. For example, $10,000, no, it was $10,000. Here's the secret. See yourself having it every day and it's yours. You want to, basically other things you can do. I'm not going to teach you that. That's too strong. It's on YouTube too. If you have a card deck, you can pull whatever card you want out of the deck. If you think of it. It's easy. Your mind's strong, but only through Jesus. Have any questions? Ask them in the comment section. It's a really good video. So there's no excuse from anyone through Jesus as to why you can't get to where you want to be. Very easy. Very, very easy. If you can take a pen and teleport it across the room, you can teleport some financial abundance into your bank account. For the people who have custom necklaces. Which that's closing soon because... Just give a secret away. But that's just a pen. Like, come on. Can do things bigger than a pen. Oh, it's never been done before. That's not what the files online say about what the government had released. But... And those are open to the public. That's old news. That is old news. Everyone knows about that. Ooh. I like that. Caramel coffee. Wow. It smells delicious. It smells delicious. Any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. God bless all of you. My advice is strange and unorthodox, but we're approaching a period in the world where unorthodox through Jesus wins. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.